it's my birthday today. And I just had a knock on the door. And I went there, there was this lady, and then she was like, "Oh, I've got a present for you from your sister." And I'm thinking, thank you. And I collected it. And then I got this, like, happy birthday, big sister. And I like big sister to only one person. And so I just asked her, "Have you by any chance got a name?" And she was like, "It's from Ray." Oh my god, and this is my brother who lives in America. Oh, this is a pleasant surprise. Yofi, you want that pleasant surprise? I am so happy. So that is one. Oh, he's such an amazing brother. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back everyone. If you are new to this channel, welcome. If you are an old subscriber, thank you so much for all the love. So my name is Aisha and I am a content creator. So I do fashion videos and faith videos and some lifestyle videos. So welcome to the family. So welcome everyone. So I know it's been a while and I've been doing like vlogs and all of that. I've just been all over the place. But yeah, I'm back, and yesterday was my birthday. So I wanted to do like a birthday vlog, like a happy vlog, and you know, like bringing you on to my birthday journey. But trust me, yesterday was like an okay-ish day because I wasn't like 100% in mood, and I've just been going through like a really kind of difficult kind of time. So yeah, it's just one of my seasons that I go through in life. So if you have not yet subscribed to my channel and you'd like to be part of this channel, please do subscribe and click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, you are notified of it. And and do share my videos, like and comment. Let's interact together. I love reading comments, so it would be great if you could leave me a comment below. So today's video, I'm just going to share like a bit of what I have been struggling with like in this season. So I have been struggling a bit with my faith, and not struggling, but I have been kind of challenged in my thinking of my faith, if that makes sense. So one day I was there minding my own business and my brother sent me a video, and it was about somebody talking about, you know, the Bible being a storybook, and you know, and Jesus not being real, and like being like a made up kind of concept, and yeah, and a whole lot of things. And some of the things that, you know, this guy was saying, and a lot of things that were contradictory in the Bible, like really got to me in a way, and it got me thinking, like it challenged my thought, and I found myself like questioning lots of stuff in the Bible, because there are lots of things that really do conflict, and lots of things that in a way do not make sense. And I think this guy was talking about, you know, parts of the Bible where God kind of condones slavery, and you know, and a whole lot of things. And his view was like the white man brought that to Africa so they could exploit Africans, and so on and so forth. And that got me, like, it got me thinking a bit, and it got me questioning my own faith. So I was no longer confident in praying. And I remember, you know, even when I was praying, like I did not know whether to say in the name of Jesus or in the name of God. Like the thing messed my whole thoughts process up, and I just did not know what to do. And for me, like being born and brought up in the church, that is the only faith I have ever known. Like that is all I know. And like being challenged, like my thinking being challenged in that way, like made it kind of hard for me, because you know how like you know, I had my faith, I'll pray about stuff, I'll believe God for stuff, and you know, and that gave me some sense of hope. So yeah, so all of that was taking like hope away from me, and it was just so hard. So then I actually got depressed because like I can so not do life alone. Like the whole thought of me doing life alone. So what this guy was saying was that God has given us like brains, and the reason for our brains is God is giving us our brains to kind of create stuff, take over the earth, and nurture the earth. And like God has created you, giving you the brain and the wisdom to do stuff, and he's left you hanging. And like you have to do, because he's giving you the brain to do stuff, he's not here going to do stuff for you. So if your car should break down, you're not going to go to God and say, God, can you fix my car? If you're ill, you're not going to say, God, can you fix me? You go to the doctor or you go to the mechanic. And like it was kind of really challenging in a way, thinking of it. But I just got to a point where I thought, like, forget it. Like, I cannot do life on my own. Like, yeah, God has given me the brain, and God has given me like the freedom of choice. I know bad from evil. I like God has given me qualities to kind of live my life on earth. But I have always lived my life on earth with the hope of him being my covering and being around me and being my father. And all of a sudden I found myself so lost, feeling so alone, thinking that, oh, so God has given me the brain to do this and I cannot do it. I don't know how to do it. I feel lost. What am I going to do? So I found myself in a place where I got so lonely. I got so depressed, my faith was shaking, and I honestly did not know what to do. And I was like, I just kind of lost faith in praying. So I just stopped praying, thinking, oh, what's the point anyway? Like, who is going to hear my prayers and what's going to become of my prayers? And you know how you sometimes, and I started praying that, Lord, if you're real, Jesus, if you're real, can I have an encounter with you so I can believe like everything I've believed all my life? And that was kind of a bit hard. So like first day no dream, second day no show, nothing. And I was just thinking like, so it's been kind of one of those journeys where my faith is being tested. And then one day I just woke up and thought like I cannot do life on my own, like I cannot do it. So I'm like, I just said one thing that scares me most, more than anything in this world, is missing heaven. So I just said to myself, like, I don't want to miss heaven if heaven is real. So I've got nothing to lose. I am going to keep my faith in God and believe that he is who he says he is, regardless of what anybody else says, that I'm just going to trust that God is who he says he is. I just started again singing like I put my faith in Jesus, my anchor to the ground, my hope and firm foundation, he'll never let me down. I just said like, God, I put my faith in Jesus, my anchor to the ground. Like I'm gonna choose to trust Jesus, to trust God, and I just don't want to miss heaven if heaven is real. Because I found myself thinking that if I lose my faith and I lose, like, that is the essence of my being. Like if I lose my faith in Jesus, and that is what has kept me grounded all these years, what am I going to teach my children? Like, how am I going to get them grounded in this world that is full of pure evil, in this world that, the things, technology and the things taking over this world is so scary? Like, Jesus has always been my hope, and I trust him for the best. I trust him. Like, going for an interview, I'll pray, I will prepare, but I'll believe that God's favor will be upon me. When I'm ill, I go to the hospital, but I pray that God's favor will be upon me. Like, even though God has given us all the brains and everything, I still trust him to kind of watch over me and look over me. And I believe that he is. Like, I believe that God is real, like, hands down. Like, when my faith was being tested, there was no like worry or there was no doubt that God is real. And I remember one day I just sat back and I thought about, like I shared a testimony on here, I'll link it below, on how I became homeless on New Year's Day. Like, God revealed that to me. Like, I saw that, like, a vision. Like I saw that happen. So I'm like, so if I saw this happen and this happened the next day, what made me see the future? What made me like, it's all just kind of, it's just too much for me and I just cannot cope. So I went back to my faith and I just surrendered back to God and said, like, I put my faith back in you. Like, you are all I've ever known. I am not going to be swayed by what somebody else's theory is. I just trust you. And you know, if I was still living in Ghana or living in Africa and I've never been here, I think my faith would have been shaking a bit more, because the concept this guy was using was like the white man brought Christianity to Africa so they could enslave us and keep us and get us captive in a way. But I live in England and I go to a church that is like white dominated, and I see how white people worship God. I see how much they surrender unto him. I see how much they have their faith in him and hope in him and boldly declare their love for God. And I'm thinking, if this was like a scam, then how come these people still believe in God? And how come they still see miracles? How come they still have encounters with God? So like, I just thought about that side of things as well and thought, no, I am gonna trust God, and I am gonna, yeah, trust God and see, yeah, just trust God. Trust God and make sure that I do not miss heaven, because that is my number one for me. So I've come out here today to say that, you know, if you're struggling with your faith and you were struggling and, you know, you just don't know what to do and you were kind of questioning your faith, thinking, does God exist? You know, is God who he says he is? Does Jesus exist? And all of that. I think you have to take a bold, I think it's all about faith. You have to take a bold step and choose to believe. Like, that is your choice, to believe that God is and believe that, you know, God has got you, and nobody can like impose that on you. It's something that has to come from deep within. And that is what I found, that regardless of what everybody else will say, like, I could not even worship. Like, Aisha loves worship music. I love to worship, and I could not even connect with worship songs because I was thinking, like, does it even make sense? You know, does it even, but I had to take my place back to surrender, and so I could worship God. I could still, you know, feel the love I feel when I worship him, and like go back in full surrender. And yeah, so that's what I have been going through. So that's been yeah, it's been hard, but I am still on the faith journey. But I'm glad that I've gone back to my first love. I've gone back to Jesus, because I just felt so lost without him. So yeah, so that's me today. So if you're going through a similar journey, I pray that, you know, God guides you, God leads you, God speaks to you, and yeah, he reveals himself to you in whatever way it is. For me, maybe it was going back to kind of see everything that God has done for me and choose to believe that they were not coincidence. Like, there was like a divine connection, and what really stood out for me was the vision that I had that happened the next day. And there's so many more things God has done for me that I feel could not have been coincidence. So yeah, so looking at that, you know, I just felt that it's my choice and I choose to believe. So yeah, I just thought I should share this with you, and I hope you are blessed by it. So if you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe, and I'll see you again in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye bye.